Good afternoon and welcome. It is Nagy on Sports. I'm Phil Nagy here bringing you a live Madden simulation of the Cleveland Browns season. It is week one. Expectations, of course, are sky high. There is new and excited optimism in Berea for sure with Kevin Stefanski and his litany of new coaches and, of course, Andrew Berry bringing in some incredible free agents and drafting some wonderful players in the draft this year. We will talk about them throughout the course of the broadcast. Just a couple of things about the settings. As you can see here on the screen, I am switching the Browns playbook to be Minnesota's from last year and the defensive playbook to be San Francisco's, since that's where Stefanski and Joe Woods and presumably their systems will be primarily from. And then the other thing is that I will not be interfering in any capacity, so whatever happens will happen. We will run a full simulation, 15-minute quarters, and I do have quick presentation mode on just to cut down with some of the fluff between the plays. They do, however, take a little bit of time before each kickoff, so if and when that becomes something necessary for me to do, I might be able to do a little product shout-out. If it's something you're interested in, you represent a business, you want me to say nice things about your business, I would be happy to do that. So without further ado, welcome to M&T Bank Stadium, folks. It is so great. The football season is here. It is Sunday, September 13th, 1 o'clock p.m. Beautiful day here in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's talk quickly about the keys to the game. Since both teams are coming in brand new, not a lot has changed from the Ravens in terms of their coaching staff, even though Greg Roman did some interviews for head coach. He is back as offensive coordinator, which means good things for Lamar Jackson in that offense. So for me, the biggest key to the game is the running game, both sides of the ball. The Browns' offense is predicated on running the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and then running some excellent play-action pass game off of that with Baker Mayfield. For the Ravens, it all starts and ends, of course, with Lamar Jackson running the ball to the best of his abilities and handing it off to Mark Ingram, of course, in that litany of defensive talent that they continue to have will be on display as well. So for me, it's all about the run game. Can the Browns run, and can they stop the run? And I think if they can do those two things today, they will be successful. So without further ado, let's get this ball kicked off. As you can see, I had to log in long enough to turn the announcers off. No offense to Brandon and Charles, but I didn't want to hear them, so that's why we have the first-person view of the kickoff, and that'll be the last thing that we see from this angle for the remainder of the game. So here we go. Austin Seibert to kick, and here's the kick. Beautiful day here, winding up. And there's the kick right now. Seibert running up to the ball, and it is struck. Antoine Wesley, second-year player out of Texas Tech, takes a knee in the end zone. And here he comes, folks. Here is Lamar Jackson starting in a bit of a pistol here. And, oh, no, he's going to keep it. Oh, fumble, but Mark Ingram picks it up. How fortuitous was that? Lamar Jackson kept it on the triple option, it looked like there, and then on contact with the defender actually fumbles the football. As you can see, Mack Wilson dislodges the ball, but it happens to go right to Mark Ingram. How lucky was that for the Ravens here? A little home cooking, perhaps. That could have been a huge turning point here at the beginning of the game for the Browns. Jackson now back to pass. He zips it out to the side. Looks like he's got Mark Andrews. There's a flag on the play, and they're going to call a face mask on Greedy Williams, also on the tackle. So got the first down with the yardage and throw on an extra 15 on top. Of course, there's the Kevin Stefanski, who looks a lot like Freddie Kitchens right now. We can't do much about that, sorry. But we'll do our best to just pretend that Freddie's not there anymore. Lamar Jackson is under center this time, and he gives it to, play action pass. He's got time. He zips it across the middle again on the left side of the field now. It is Mark Andrews with his second catch. Lamar Jackson, 2 nice completions to start this game, and he looks primed and ready. Of course, he had tons of time to throw there. Browns need to get a more effective pass rush with their front four there. 1st and 10 now from the 32. Jackson in the shotgun again. This time he does give to Mark Ingram. Well, he's got a huge hole up the middle. Taki ran right by him. 16-yard gain there. Just gashing the Browns down the middle. And so far, things are not looking great for this new Joe Woods defense. Nice tackle, though, to come up and finally stop him from Andrew Sendejo, the new Browns strong safety. We'll talk a little bit more about him later on. 1st and 10, Jackson under center. Brings his tight end in motion from right to left. The give is to Ingram, and he is destroyed right at the line of scrimmage. Grant Delpit coming up from his either nickel spot or safety spot. Couldn't tell where he was quite lined up, but he comes up and he makes a big splash on his first stat officially as a Cleveland Brown. He's going to get either a TFL or just a tackle right there, but it is no gain. 2nd and 10, Lamar Jackson back under center. Pitch to the right, Mark Ingram. And again, look at Denzel Ward coming up from the cornerback spot, and he stops Mark Ingram for a 2-yard loss. Great coverage of the run there by Denzel Ward. Great to see him back and completely healthy, and hoping for a great season out of him as the Warden of the North. Now it's an important 3rd and 12 here. Can Joe Woods' defense get off of the field? We have 3 tight ends left. Jackson back to pass, throws over the middle. It is caught, but he is tackled well short of the first down. Great defense there. That is the 3rd tight end, Eli Wolf, with the 3-yard catch. And the Browns do hold. So bend but don't break for this first possession for Joe Woods' defense. And they're going to hold Justin Tucker here to attempt a 32-yard field goal. Kick is up, and as with most of Justin Tucker's field goals, it is right down the uprights. 3-0 Baltimore leads after their first drive. Our first chance at Baker Mayfield and Kevin Stefanski's new look offense coming up right after this. All right, and we're back here as Tucker to kick it off. Browns free agent acquisition over the offseason. JoJo Natson takes it and takes a knee. I'm excited to see what he can provide in terms of a spark this year on offense for the Browns. So here he comes, Baker Mayfield, year number 3 for him. Hard to know whether the sophomore slump was more him, more expectations, more Freddie Kitchens, more injuries to his receivers, bad offensive line play, whatever you'd like to call it. But he's got high hopes this year as he starts with a handoff to Kareem Hunt right up the middle. He goes left side. Look at Kareem Hunt go, finally taken out of bounds after an 18-yard scamper for Kareem Hunt. Nice play, nice run there on first down. Look at that great blocking. There's Treader on the outside. Look at OBJ with a little bit of a chip block on the outside. Finally brought down by middle linebacker Jake Ryan and others down there. 1st and 10 from the 43, Baker. Gives to Nick Chubb. Chubb right, ooh, gets pounded very quickly again. There is Jake Ryan, that middle linebacker. It looked like Chubb had a quick little angle there as he went with that inside zone run. Just to the right side of J.C. Treader, the setter. Hi, Kevin. 2nd and 7 now. Baker climbs underneath the center. There's Andy Janovich, the new fullback brought over from Denver in the offseason. They give to Chubb again, and he breaks one tackle, and then he is taken down right away. So Tyus Bowser had him right away in the backfield. And then Matthew Judon, is the one who had him in the backfield. And then Pernell McPhee there, number 90, cleans up the play. So an important 3rd down here. So you can see the Browns really trying to establish the run so that play-action pass game can come to life. Baker out of the shotgun. He's back to pass at this time. Looking. He's got time. He fires right, and it is incomplete. Looked like he was looking for Beckham. Double covered over on that side. Marlon Humphrey along with the safety Chuck Clark were in the area. But honestly, Beckham did not have a chance. Baker just kind of sailed that one, and it looked like it went out of bounds. And OBJ did not have a chance. So Jamie Gillen comes in to punt. So not the successful first drive that the Browns were hoping for. And Gillen now with an issue just drills it into the end zone. Certainly not he was hoping for here in his sophomore campaign as the Browns punter. So Lamar Jackson back out onto the field and ready for the Ravens' 2nd drive of the game. Starts under center. Now he drops back into more of a pistol. Hands it to Patrick Ricard again, the fullback. Look at him right up the middle. The Browns were completely caught off guard by that. Ricard with a huge run right up the middle. And that triple option game can be so deadly, and nobody paid attention to Ricard, and he just went right down the middle before being brought down by the safeties. Looked like potentially Carl Joseph there. Jackson from the pistol again. Here goes Ricard again off right tackle, and this time he is hit hard at the 40-yard line. Welcome to the league, Jacob Phillips. Nice tackle there for the rookie out of LSU, the Browns draft pick this year. So Jacob Phillips starting right away in the middle of that defense. The Browns linebacker core pretty young, and some people would say the weakest part of their team. Mark Ingram off the left side, and he's going to get 5 yards plus for that first down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And he is excited, fired back up. Remember, he had that injury at the end of last season, which really limited him in the playoffs. And you can see Carl Joseph right there meeting him. You just wish that someone would be getting to him before Carl Joseph. Mark Jackson under center. 1st and 10. They give us to Ingram again off right side. Ogunjobi trips him up, and then Denzel Ward finishes him off. Looks like it's going to be a 2-yard gain for Mark Ingram. And, of course, there's Jim Harbaugh, the coach. He has been there for a long time. For 2008 was his first season. And for a lot of NFL teams, and certainly the Browns would be one of them, who would love to have had a coach who has been around for 12 years. This is his 13th season as their head coach. And in those 12 seasons, 2 8-8 and 1 5-11. Everything else was a winning record, making the playoffs many times, lots of divisions, and of course the one Super Bowl championship in 2012, which does feel like a long time ago now with that Joe Flacco team. But they are poised to make another run, as they went 14-2 last year, and this offense continues to hum, and the defense has always been a staple for John Harbaugh. And, of course, Greg Roman, of course, is his offensive coordinator, and Don Martindale, the defensive coordinator, both longtime coaches in the league. And there's Andrew Sendejo, new Browns strong safety, coming over. He spent 9 seasons in Minnesota, actually 1 in Dallas before that from Rice University. And they're hoping that he can be a strong. And look at that, an interception. There it is. It's Greedy Williams. As the Ravens were driving, and Greedy Williams with a huge interception down on the 12-yard line. The Browns will take over. Huge interception there. Baker hands it to looks like Kareem Hunt up the middle, and he is injured. Look at him grabbing that leg. That does not look good, folks. That does not look good. Again, Jake Ryan with the tackle, and Hunt is still down on the ground. Look at him now. I think he's frozen in carbonate. That injury is going to be tough to recover from. We'll see if he comes back in this game. That's unfortunate, because he was a nice 1-2 punch planned to be with Nick Chubb in this game, but maybe that gives Chubb more opportunities. So now 2nd and 5 after the run and the injury. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mayfield under center. Landry comes in motion. Oh, there's a little jet sweep to Landry. He's got the first down and more. Nice little juke move, and he is finally taken down by Tavon Young, the defensive back. Nice little run there. Nice little creative play call by Kevin Stefanski.
First down, Cleveland.
Now Baker in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Chubb up the middle, and Chubb pounds his way for maybe 4 yards. Let's call it 3 up to the 30-yard line. Nick Chubb. They just need to give him the ball, and he just needs to start to impose his will. Again, that's going to be the most effective way for this offense to really thrive and succeed this year in the AFC North. Baker under center, 2nd and 7. And now they're going to try the jet sweep to the left. This time Baltimore is all kinds of ready for it. Jake Ryan had popped up, as well as Pernell McPhee on that right edge. of their defense and just really shut it down. They're actually going to lose, looks like 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 29. Clock continuing to run here in the first quarter. Baker out of the shotgun, 3rd and 7. He's going to have to get rid of the ball quick. It looks like there's a blitz from the outside. He's running, he's holding the ball, and he is sacked by that defensive end. It's Derek Wolfe with the sack. He is a free agent brought over. He spent 8 seasons with the Broncos, the University of Cincinnati product, 6'5", 285 defensive end, and he just stunted around the outside, and Teller, who looked like it shifted over, had no match for him, and Gillen will punt again here. Big boot from Gillen. Nice catch there from Wesley, and he's going to take it, and then he is tackled. Looks like Janovich coming down in punt coverage to tackle Wesley to the ground. So the Browns unsuccessful in points. Despite a couple of positive plays on the ground, still I don't think Baker has completed a pass yet. Lamar Jackson back out there. He is in the pistol here. And the give is going to be to Mark Ingram to the right, and he's going to get stopped. No, he keeps going. What a run there by Ingram. Myles Garrett had him in the backfield, and 2 others came up, also could have had him in the backfield, but Ingram gets around it. And very luckily, Grant Delpit is there to take him to the ground. And he made a negative 3 or 4 yard play turn into a positive 4 yard play for Mark Ingram. Jackson again. This time he's going to keep it. Jackson to the right. He is so electric in space. Lamar Jackson. Woo. Every time he moves with the ball, you got to hold your breath. Great rush there. Sendejo may have saved a touchdown there. Watch him on the outside. He is just so electric. He had some blockers up in front of him, and he juked the outside. Very luckily, Sendejo got enough of him to get him on the ground, and it is a first down. And Baltimore's offense, specifically the ground game, is humming. There's a quick screen out to the right to Hollywood Brown, and he is going to get 2 yards maybe with his forward progress. Of course, Marquise Hollywood Brown, draft pick last year for the Ravens, and he can fly. We'll keep an eye on that today to see if his speed is on display, if they can take advantage of it, especially with as effectively as they're running the ball early on. Jackson again out of the pistol. He's going to give to Ingram. Ingram off to the right side. He bounces it a little bit, and then he is taken down quickly. Again, Denzel Ward coming up to cover with already his 4th tackle of the game, but he flew up from that side. And as we head to the end of the quarter there, you saw just a quick view of DJ Fluker, the new right guard, taking over for the recently retired Marshall Yanda, playing with the Baltimore Ravens for 13 years, retiring this offseason. And Fluker coming over from Seattle. Before that, he was with the Giants, and then drafted, of course, by the San Diego Chargers at the time. And they are really hoping that he can provide some stability on that right side of the line where Marshall Yanda had been for a long time. Deep pass, touchdown, Lamar Jackson, and he finds Hollywood Brown. We were just talking about his speed, and that speed got behind Denzel Ward. Couldn't tell if it was man or zone. I hope that it was zone. If not, Ward got beat bad, and Sendejo did not fill over the top to cover. And that's a long touchdown pass, 37 yards from Lamar Jackson to Hollywood Brown. And the Baltimore Ravens are in business now with a 10-0 lead. 1 play into the second quarter. What a nice pass by Lamar Jackson. And again, it was hard to tell just from our camera angle whether or not Denzel was supposed to be with him and just got beat off the line, or if he had other responsibilities before he knew that Hollywood was behind him. If either way, it's bad, and either way, it's 7 points for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, so here is Tucker to kick it off again after the Ravens have taken this 10-0 lead. Here's JoJo Natson from his goal line, and he is going to get taken down right at the 25. JoJo Natson, free agent again, 5'7", 153 from Akron. A little water bug of a player, very, very shifty, and they're hoping that he can upgrade their return game this year. So Mayfield is out again. And they really need something to happen. Look at that total yards, 164 to 28. Quickly off to the right side. There's Beckham. Nice little play. Nice little move. Wow, as he juked him out and he fumbles the football. Oh no, Earl Thomas has picked it up. And he's running it all the way down to the 1.5-yard line. Earl Thomas. Holy moly, are you kidding me? But they're going to review it. They are going to review it, and it is overturned. And thank the good Lord that OBJ fumble was after he had already hit the ground. So nice little pitch and catch there on the outside. Mayfield this time play action. He's got time. He zips it across the middle. OBJ again as he was coming across on that long square in that dig route from his receiver position. And it looks like he found a little hole in the zone. Marlon Humphrey was not trailing him. You can see there he was right in that gap of that zone before he was taken down. Humphrey did make the tackle, 18 yards on that pitch and catch. Nicely done on the play action game. And there is a false start. Oof. On the right side. Looked like it was Hooper or Jack Conklin over there on that right side. I'm not exactly sure who jumped, but it is 5 yards in the wrong direction, and the fans are excited about that home field induced penalty. So now it's 1st and 15 from the 47. Here's Baker in the shotgun. Looks like he's got Chubb off of his right hip. He's going to give it to Chubb. Chubb right up the middle. Bang! And he's going to get 5 of it back from the penalty. 2nd down now and 10. But a nice positive run there from Nick Chubb, and hopefully something that can get him going here with lots of time left here in the second quarter. He is going to be such an important part of their offense this year. Here is Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun now. He's going to give it to Chubb again. Chubb runs right into Pernell McPhee. It looked like Teller had pulled around and just could not get McPhee out of the way well enough, and Chubb ran right into him. Important 3rd down now here. 3rd and 11. We'll see if Baker can get rid of this ball. He has a tendency to hold it too long. He's rolling to his right. He's going to get sacked. I shouldn't have been so prognosticating there, as Baker is sacked right away. What a play there. And you can see just getting bowled over is Joel Bitonio by Calais Campbell. Another free agent pickup. The 9-year Arizona Cardinal and 3-year Jacksonville Jaguar. 6'8", 300 pounds. He is just a mountain of a man. And Baker held the ball too long, I think. And he rolled right into it. But Joel Bitonio just got bowled over there by Calais Campbell. And he has been such a good player. And honestly, I hate that he's on the Ravens now, because that means we have to play him twice this year, because he is a difference maker even at the age of 33 on that defensive line. Gillen's punt went out of bounds at the 11. Here's Lamar Jackson under center as they get started again, up 10-0. Here is Mark Ingram, and he rolls it right up the middle for about 4 or 5 yards there. He continues to run strong. Tackle was made there by the middle of that Browns defense. Looks like Ogunjobi is going to get credited with his first tackle of the game. So Lamar Jackson running this offense flawlessly, very balanced so far, 12-8 runs to passes. 3 tight ends to the right, and they're going to run that direction behind them, but I don't think he got the first down. A couple more for Mark Ingram there, 2 yards, let's call it, and now it's going to be an important 3rd and 2. There's B.J. Goodson. Get a look at him, another Browns free agent in the offseason, playing one of those linebacker positions. So now it's 3rd down. We've got a little trips left formation triangle over on the left side. Jackson under center. He's going to give it to Mark Ingram, and Ingram's going to get the first down, and then some more. Looks like Denzel Ward finished off the play, which again is great to see Denzel Ward getting some tackles in the run game, but not great to see Denzel Ward getting tackles in the run game, because Mark Ingram is already that far down the field as he has started to impose his will a little bit. Jackson out of the shotgun now. Duvernay goes in motion. He's going to hand it on the inside again. Huge juke move there by Ingram, and then he is tackled down. What a nice juke move there by Mark Ingram, and he is continuing to run strong. Another tackle by Denzel Ward and company. Holy moly, that was a mega jump cut to the right, and then he tried another one to the left, but was taken down eventually, but a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Jackson back to pass, rolling. He's going to zip it out to the right, and it is caught by Mark Andrews, and I think his forward progress is going to give him the first down. Jackson now 8 of 9 for 99 yards, and that's Mark Andrews' 5th catch already in the game, but it is going to be 3rd and inches. They did not get a great spot, so let's see if the Browns defense can stiffen up and make a good stop here. 8:57 and counting. Lamar Jackson under center now. 3rd and inches. 2 tight ends to the left. They're going to give it to Ricard, the fullback, and he's got the first down. Nice little run there by Patrick Ricard. He's been very good so far in this game. You can see he's already got 3 carries for 22 yards, and not a single one of them more important than that first down on 3rd and inches. Nice little push block there by DJ Fluker. We talked about him so far. He's looked up to the challenge. Lamar Jackson hard count, a loaded eye behind him. Going to go Mark Ingram again, and he's only going to get a few yards, tripped up by Mack Wilson. Browns really hoping that Mack Wilson can take the next steps and be a great linebacker for them this year. He's got all of the physical tools and showed himself well in some coverage situations. So having him develop at stopping the run right there is going to be important. Jackson out of the shotgun, 2nd and 7. He's going to give again to Mark Ingram, and he is just pounding away 3, 4, 5-yard chunks right into the heart of this Browns defense. Just punishing the interior of that Browns defense right now. 3rd and 2 again. Another opportunity for the Browns to get off the field. Here we go. 2 tight ends left, 1 tight end right. Jackson under center with a loaded eye. Goal line set, and they're going to give it to Ingram, and I don't think he got it. I do not think that he got it. Great tackle right there. Mack Wilson stuffed the line, and they are going to stop the Ravens. Huge stop. Huge stop for momentum. And that's very, very important here moving forward, is now Sam Cook out to punt. Wow, big stop. Needed that. JoJo Natson waves for the fair catch, but that ball is just going to sail out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Nice punt there. For Cook, the punter who has been around for a while, he's been very successful in Baltimore. So now Baker comes back out, 6:06 to go in the first half. Plenty of time here. Can't panic, can't get excited. Just go out and play your brand of football. We got lots of tight ends on this play. All 3 of them are out there, the 3 of the starters. Chubb in the backfield, Beckham by himself on the left. They're going to go to Chubb, and he is just pounded on the right side. Marlon Humphrey, nobody blocked him, and Chubb could not make him miss. He goes backwards for 3 yards. 2nd and 13 now for the Browns. Great tackle there on the right side by Marlon Humphrey, the Alabama cornerback. Of course, lots of very good defensive players in the league from the University of Alabama. Baker 2nd and 13 out of the shotgun. Looked like maybe a little false start, but he didn't. Little zip out to the side, and there's Austin Hooper, and that's our first chance to say Hooper's name with just Mayfield's 2nd completion. Austin Hooper, the 6'4", 254 tight end from Stanford University, 4 years in Atlanta. His last 2 were his best, and he got a nice contract to come over to Cleveland this year, and they're going to need a lot more of that out of him. 3rd and 9 now for Mayfield. He's got lots of time. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to go down at the 2-yard line. Jimmy Smith, the cornerback, came up on the delayed blitz, and that one's on Baker, folks. I'm sorry. He had so much time, he's got to get rid of the ball. Chubb did his best to hold him off before he did release. And Mayfield goes down, and this drive actually goes backwards. They started at their 10, and now they're punting from the 3. Gillen from his own end zone. Wow, that was almost blocked. Whew. Nice punt, though. Drills it from his end zone all the way down. Antoine Wesley, what is he doing? He picks up the ball late. And he's actually going to end up losing, I think, another yard. What a punt down to the 27. Talk about flipping the field from in his end zone. What a punt there by Jamie Gillen. What a weapon he can be. Again, you just wish you weren't having to punt from your end zone. So Lamar Jackson now with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first half. He's in the pistol again. He's going to go ahead and give it to Mark Ingram, and he blasts up the middle. Oh, there's going to be a flag on the tackle. Did they get him for the face mask? And they did. Sendejo looks like maybe got him on the horse collar, actually, from the back. And unfortunately, that makes a good run defensive play no longer good. You tack on 15 to the end of it, and the Ravens are already up to the 43-yard line. 51 to 202 in total yards so far. That's not going to get it done. You got trips to the right now. Jackson under center. Brings Andrews back to the backfield. It's going to be Ingram off tackle to the right side. That stretch play a little bit, and Delpit filled it nicely. A great tackle there again for the rookie. Grant Delpit, already his third tackle. 6'2", 213. Remember, drafted out of LSU. Had an incredible sophomore campaign, and then just an average junior campaign. Did end up hearing that he played with some injuries. And here comes Jackson out to the left, and he has got tons of space, and he is so fast, and he slides down at the 32-yard line. Holy moly. Lamar Jackson is electric with the football when he gets out of the pocket. Look at that, how much space he had on that side of the field. It looked like Phillips was spying him, but he wasn't anywhere near him, and he's certainly not going to catch him, and he slides down right in front of Carl Joseph. Ravens with that trips to the right. Formation. They're going to pitch that way this time again with Ingram. He's got space. He dances inside. Nice little seal block on the outside there by Mark Andrews. 6-yard gain on first down for Mark Ingram. And again, as the clock continues to tick, and it's hard to think that just here in the first half that time of possession is going to come into play. But the way that the Browns offense has looked so far and the way that the Ravens continue to run the ball with ease, it's going to be important that the Browns not let up another score here. It really, really is. Lamar Jackson now in the shotgun. He's going to hand it up the middle to Ingram. Great tackle there by Sione Takitaki from his middle linebacker spot. Came up and made a great tackle there. Now 3rd and 5. The clock continues to tick. Neither team actually calling a timeout. Interesting strategy here to see how it pays off for both teams. Lamar Jackson on 3rd and 5 out of the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's got some time. He whips it across the middle. Caught for a touchdown. Oh, no. Willie Snead on the deep post across the middle. And Lamar Jackson put it right on him in front of Sendejo, behind Wilson in the little soft spot in that zone. 27-yard touchdown with 1:32 seconds left, and the Ravens take a 17-0 lead. And at this point, that could be enough to win this game. I am not sure if the Browns are going to be able to score 17 points based on what we have seen so far from this offense. The defense just looking at each other, they can't figure it out. The strength of the run has been just so difficult to deal with. And then, of course, you have Lamar Jackson's legs. And he's been throwing the ball pretty well now, as he's got 2 touchdown passes here in the second quarter. So we'll see what the Browns do here. They've got 1:32 seconds once this kickoff happens. And we'll see if they are aggressive or if they are content to either kneel or do some inside handoffs and just try to get this thing to halftime and lick their wounds a little bit. So here's Tucker to kick it off, and he blasts the ball. Here's JoJo Natson from about the 2. He's up. He's got some room. He makes one guy miss. That's Tucker. Oh, my gosh, he's got some space. JoJo Natson, nobody is going to catch him. He is lightning quick, and he goes all the way. 98-yard touchdown, Browns. Holy smokes, JoJo Natson, welcome to Cleveland, my friend. You are not going to have to buy a steak for a while. What a play there from Natson. And he made one move in the hole, and it looked like it was Tucker that he beat. I'm not sure why Tucker was the first one down there, and he just beat him, and he was gone. 98-yard touchdown on the kickoff return, and that's going to instill some life into that Browns sideline for sure. Just unfortunate that it's not the offense that's instilling the life in, but still, you're certainly not going to say no to points. What a great play there by the Browns special team. And Mike Prefer, their coach, retained from Freddie Kitchen's staff. Great play to dial it up there, and great job advocating to General Manager Andrew Berry to go get JoJo Natson. If you remember the presser before the Rams game last season, Prefer had lots of good things to say about Nats, and so not unsurprising that he encouraged Andrew Berry to go after that player, and that's made a difference here in week one, half one of the 2020 Browns season. So the Browns will be kicking off, and similarly, I will say the same things. Will Baltimore be content to just sit on this 10-point lead and get into halftime, or will they put the pedal down and see if they can get some points here before the end of the first half? Wesley takes a knee in the end zone. All right, minute and 20 seconds left for Lamar Jackson, with the exception of that Grant Delpit interception, that Greedy Williams interception early in the first quarter. He's had a pretty perfect half up until this point. There's that trips formation again to the right, Snead far out to the left, Ingram just left of Lamar Jackson. Going to run a little screen with Ingram. He's got it. He's got a little bit of space. And then Taki comes to stop him. Greedy was over there as well. Clock rolls. No timeouts being called yet. A little 3-yard gain on that screen pass to the left side, so they went away from that trips right formation. Now Baltimore is going to call timeout. Harbaugh does decide to call a timeout with about a minute left. So we'll see what this does. It looks like they're going to be aggressive now as they choose to call the timeout. 1 minute and 1 second left. Let's see what Greg Roman decides to dial up here. We're going with the screen on first down. Now 2nd and 7. Lamar Jackson still with that trips right formation. Looks like they're going to run the exact same play, a little screen, and this time Ogunjobi sniffs it out. Great play there. And they're going to call their second timeout. So Baltimore choosing to be aggressive here. 3rd and 7. Again, as I don't think that one went for anything. Ogunjobi did a much better job of seeing it. That's pretty bold to run the same exact play back-to-back there from Greg Roman. Perhaps there's a look on the Browns' defensive side that they saw that they wanted to try to exploit. Now 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. He is back to pass. He's had all time. He's going to take off to the right. He's got a first down and more. And what a juke on Taki, and then Sendejo takes him down again. And every time he leaves the pocket, my heart jumps into my throat. Holy moly, he is very talented when he gets outside of that pocket. And look at him just shoot to the right, and he is just gone. Taki, no chance, and Sendejo very lucky to tackle him. 1st and 10. They did not call their 3rd timeout, though. Jackson again, he's going to run up the middle. Hold on. Phillips, and then finally Taki and Denzel Ward help out. But gosh, every time he leaves the pocket, he's already up to 75 rushing yards there. As nobody is there, and he's just going. Look at Phillips. He was the spy again on that side, but he was just late in getting over there. And luckily, he slowed him down long enough for help to come. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. What are they? And they finally call their timeout. What were they doing? I think maybe they forgot about the clock there before Jackson calls the timeout. There are 3 seconds left from their 44-yard line. So I'm not sure what they're going to do actually from the 44. Tucker's got a big leg, but this would be, they're going to kick a 60 and a half yard field goal. Tucker with the big leg, he boots it, it's up and it's short, it hits off the stanchion. Wow, 60-yard field goal to end the first half. Holy moly, 17-7, the Ravens lead the Browns. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment. All right, and welcome back to the second half. To try to keep my files not super long, I did stop the recording, and I started it after the kickoff, so Natson returned it out to about the 23-yard line, about the 25-yard line here you can see, and we'll pick up the action live right now. So again, Natson had that kick return for a touchdown late in the second quarter, and we will see if the offense can ride some of that momentum, because Baker in the running game, actually the offense as a whole has been pretty abysmal. As you can see there, 51 total yards compared to Baltimore's 291. Baker, quick pass off to the left side. It's OBJ. How about that quick hitter? That ball was lightning quick out of Baker's hands. Unfortunately, it's only 6 yards, but it is positive moving forward. 2 catches, 24 yards for Beckham, Marcus Peters on the tackle, who's been playing corner on that side most of the day. Hooper lines up on the left side of the line. Baker now, he's going to give it to Chubb, right up the middle, bang, and he just runs right into the defensive line. Holy smokes, Brandon Williams plugged that hole, and Chubb got maybe a yard. 3rd and 3 now here for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. He's going to be in a shotgun. Looks like Kareem Hunt is actually back in the game. As you can see, he's off his left hip now. He blocks and then release over to the right side, and it is caught by Rashard Higgins. Nice catch from Rashard. It looks like it was a little bit of a low pass from Mayfield, but Higgins makes a great 16-yard reception and then gets off to the side. Baker had time and zips it out, but you can see Higgins had to turn around and reach low for that football. Otherwise, he might have had a little bit more yardage after the catch. But the Browns with the first down here, and they are starting to move the football a little bit. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he runs right into Brandon Williams again. He has 8 carries for 9 yards, folks, and that's not going to get it done anywhere, but especially in this offense, which is so predicated on their ability for that man to be running the ball effectively. Going back to Rashard Higgins, so cool of him to see him take a little bit of that hometown discount to come back because he wanted to be in Cleveland, changed his number to give 81 to Hooper. And he is back, and that was a great catch and run. Now here's Baker off to the side with his own little interpretation of Lamar Jackson, and he's going to pick up the first down with an 8-yard carry off to the side. Not quite as electric when Mayfield leaves the pocket, but he has the ability to do that if you need him to. Play broke down. There was not a lot downfield, and Mayfield rushes to the right side. Now the trips left formation. We've seen this formation a lot from both teams early on, with that tight end being the one closest to the line of scrimmage, and they zip it across, and Higgins is batted away by Marlon Humphrey. Higgins on that long dig route. He was about 10 yards downfield, and Baker zipped it in there, but it was a little bit too much defensive presence. Marlon Humphrey knocks it away. 2nd and 10. They're going to give it to Chubb, and he goes left side. He's got a few yards to the left side. A nice little cut there. And he gets 4 yards off left tackle before Marcus Peters brings him down. But at least it was some forward momentum, and at least there was a hole for a small amount of time from that Browns offensive line in this new Bill Callahan and Kevin Stefanski zone blocking system. Mayfield back to pass now here on 3rd and 6. He's got time. He zips it across and out of the hands of what looked like Jarvis Landry there. But Mayfield leads him too much, and it's going to be 4th down and 6 now. So we'll see if the Browns are going to punt or if they're going to trot Seibert out there. They are going to trot Seibert. It looks like a 55-yard field goal here for Austin Seibert. Snap is back, hold is decent. Seibert rips it, and it is wide to the right. Looks like it might have had the distance, but he did push it to the right, so no points there, but a better drive from the Browns coming out of halftime. Maybe they've figured something out. Maybe they've got some ideas for things to try moving forward, but they're going to have to figure out something fast because Lamar Jackson in this offense is dialed in. 1st and 10 now, Ravens with their first possession. Jackson play action pass. Now he's off to the right. Look out here, folks. And he makes a man miss. That's Phillips who lost him, and then Sendejo saves him again. Just a little quick move, and Phillips was no match for him. Andrew Sendejo has had an unfortunate job of trying to tackle Lamar Jackson in open space so far, and actually it looked like Lamar was on the way down, and Sendejo actually caught him in the face with a knee. That could have been called, but he got down kind of late. Now out of the pistol, Ingram to the left. He trips a little bit, and Myles Garrett finishes the tackle. 3 yards off the left side there for Mark Ingram. But man, is Lamar Jackson dangerous in space. Holy moly. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. Lamar Jackson from the shotgun, and you can see there from his glowing X that he is in the zone right now. He's got plenty of time. He zips it across. He's got Snead for the first down, and he's taken down by a litany of Browns defenders. Jacob Phillips the first one there. But nice catch and first down for Snead, who had that touchdown late in the first half. And now he's got his second catch of the day. He's got those flowing locks coming out of the back of that helmet. Trips left again. Jackson in the pistol. Right behind him is Ingram, who stays in the block. Zips it across, and it's knocked down by Delpit, and he almost jumped the route. Wow, that would have maybe been 6 the other way. Just couldn't quite secure it as he knocks it away from Snead, but he would have been house calling had he caught that interception. Here's Lamar out of the shotgun now, 2nd and 10. He's going to go play action. He's going to keep it himself. A nice play there by Delpit, who was up at the line of scrimmage. And he was there maybe to spy, maybe just to run protect that side. Maybe he was guarding the tight end. We won't know, but it doesn't matter as he gets Lamar Jackson on that run. Actually going to lose 4 yards. Nice play there by Grant Delpit. 2 nice plays in a row for the rookie out of LSU, showing himself nicely in this Browns defense. Jackson back to pass in 3rd and 14. He's going to go, and he's actually tripped up, and they're going to call it a sack. Larry Ogunjobi, huge sack there as Lamar was on the way out of the pocket again. You can see good pressure on the outside by Garrett, and then just as he escapes, you can see that Ogunjobi, fighting off that double team of Bozeman and Skura, just got just enough of him. Tucker here for a field goal, 35 yards, and it is good. Justin Tucker, very good kicker. And he drives it through 20-7. Now is the lead for Baltimore. A couple of lucky plays, a couple of good plays there for that Browns defense. And if they can keep holding the Ravens to no points or 3 points, they may have a chance to get back in this game. But they really need to build off the success they had on that previous drive, when Baker completed a couple of passes, and they got into field goal range, of course, before Seibert pushed it right. So we'll see what they can do here coming back out. They'll really try to get Nick Chubb involved in this game. He is not doing well so far. He's got maybe 9 carries, I think, for about 13 yards. We'll check the next time he gets the ball for sure. Tucker to kick off. Natson, this has been the bright spot. Here he is, about 2 yards deep. He's going to come out again. JoJo Natson, and he's going to run right into Ricard, who gets him at the 25-yard line. Ricard's had a nice day. A couple of good rushes for him, and now a special teams tackle there. JoJo Natson, electric with the football, as we saw in the first half. So Baker's going to come back out. Again, we've told you that Kareem Hunt is back, and there he is off of the left hip of Mayfield, who's got tight end right and 2 receivers right, and Hunt gets the carry, and he is tackled after about a gain of 1. Again, Brandon Williams, big old Brandon Williams, right in the middle of that Baltimore defense, just clogging things up. He is 6'1", 336, Brandon Williams is. Been in the league for 8 years from Missouri Southern State. And he is just a space hog in the middle of that Don Martindale defense. Play action, Baker rolls, he zips it to the left, he's got an open man, it's Jarvis Landry, huge gain. Nice play there, a little boot to the left after that play action, and that is the Kevin Stefanski offense right there. Great, look at this ball, perfectly in stride for Jarvis, goes up, makes one man miss, that's Peters before Jake Ryan takes him down. Nice play, and the Browns are moving the football here with a first down. From midfield, the give is to Chubb, and he is immediately, Hunt this time again, still in the game. 4th carry. He's going to lose yardage. They're going to actually call it no gain. Jake Ryan again filling that hole. Frozen in carbonite a little bit earlier in the game, but Kareem Hunt is back, and he gets pulverized there by the middle linebacker, Jake Ryan, who's had a great game. Chubb back into the game. He's going to go right side, and he is going to get tackled right at the line of scrimmage, folks. He has 10 carries for 13 yards here with 5:30 left in the third quarter. That is not the success recipe for Cleveland on offense. Baltimore is having their way with this run game of the Browns so far. Baker back to pass. He's got time. He zips it over, and it's over the head. It looked like it was Hunt out of the backfield on that halfback angle route. And Baker just overthrows him. There's no excuse. He was there. He was open. He had the time. He was not under pressure. Just incomplete there from Mayfield. And after a good drive to get out to midfield, Gillen trots on again to punt. Angles it over to the left side, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 19. That side judge runs all the way down there to tell us that it went out of bounds inside the 20. So decent punt, but it could have been better certainly as the ball was being snapped from midfield. So Jackson comes back out. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10. He is in the shotgun again. He's got a tight end right and 3 receivers to the left. Jackson back to pass. He zips it to the far left side. And that's the rookie, I believe, Devin Duvernay. Yes, it is. There he is, his first catch as a Raven, and it goes for 1 yard there. Devin Duvernay out of Texas. And they're excited to have him. 5'11", 210 out of the University of Texas, Devin Duvernay. And a little false start actually is going to move them back 5 yards there. It looks like Skura, if the cameraman is correct. So 2nd and 14 now. Lamar Jackson's got the play. He's up to the line of scrimmage. Look at that total yards, 328 to 111, folks. That's not good. That is not good. Jackson, he's going to give it to Mark Ingram, and he has a gigantic hole on the right side. He's going to get all 14 of it plus some, as he's up to 83 yards on his 20th carry, and he just pulverized. Look at that. Look at that. There's not even a player in the screen. The hole is so big. Before Sendejo and then Myles Garrett spilling back for a run defense there. But a huge gain of 15, 16 yards there for Ingram, and he is starting to have his way. Now they're going to go play action, and Jackson's off, and he breaks a tackle from Taki, but then Richardson comes in to seal the deal. He only ends up getting 3, but that looked a lot scarier than it could have been, with Jackson keeping the ball that time on the option play, because Ingram has been so effective so far. The Browns bit, and Jackson kept the football. Now we've got that trips right formation. Snead far out to the left. They go play action again. Jackson, he's got the first down as he follows Ingram through the hole, and he's up to 106 rushing yards today. Just 9 carries as Lamar Jackson. Look at him reading that defender and then just bang right through the middle. Nice tackle there by Carl Joseph. Haven't had a chance to talk much about him yet. New free agent acquisition, 4 years in Oakland, and 5'10", 200 pounds from West Virginia University. And there he goes off to the side, and that's probably the nail in the coffin. Mark Ingram off the right edge, 59-yard touchdown run for the Baltimore Ravens. And at 26-7, the way the Browns have played, that may be all she wrote here with still a quarter and 2 minutes to go. What a run, and now the Ravens, the card says go for 2. So they're in that full eye backfield. They're going to give it this time again to Ingram, and he is, oh no, that's J.K. Dobbins actually with his first carry as a Baltimore Raven on the 2-point conversion, and he is stopped. So 26-7 now. Baltimore takes the lead, and this Browns defense just simply cannot stop the run right now. They can't stop Ingram, and they certainly can't stop Lamar Jackson. Ingram now, of course, way over 100 yards with that 59-yard touchdown run, and Jackson, of course, also with over 100 yards rushing. So that's going to be tough to beat if you're any football team, but especially the Browns right now with the way that their offense has sputtered out of the gate. Again, the 7 points on the scoreboard is from a JoJo Natson kickoff return for a touchdown. So Browns offense is in trouble here. They're not out of it just yet, but that would be the first nail in the coffin there with that Ingram run. Booted away from Tucker. Natson trying to instill some life in his team, takes it from about 3 yards deep again. He's up the right side. He's got one man missed. He's got a second, and then he gets tackled there by the third man through the gap. So he is a little electric, and I like that he's on our team now. JoJo Matson, he's going to be a player to watch this season. We'll continue to track his stats over the course of the year. 1st and 10, there's those total yards, 413 to 111. Baker under center with Hooper off to the right. They give it to Chubb, and he goes up the middle. He's got a little bit of a room. Follow Joel Bitonio on that left side. By far, Nick Chubb's best run of the game, 7 yards. It feels like a huge win for him to get 7. Calais Campbell on the tackle, but nice to see him get a carry. Again, establishing the run here so late in the game, down by 19, is going to be a little bit tougher to do. Baker under center. He's going to go play action. Gets hit as he throws, and it's picked off. Oh, picked off by Earl Thomas. That time, as Beckham was going through on that dig route through the zone, it looked like he had picked up 2, and Earl Thomas picks off Baker Mayfield, who did look like he got hit as he threw, and that is a horrible, horrible interception, and just a play that can't be made, and that's par for the course for this game here for the Browns. So Lamar Jackson with a big pass to Andrews, but he caught it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 here, minute 30 to go. Still in the 3rd quarter. Jackson pulls back to a shotgun. He's back to pass. He's got plenty of time. There's no pass rush. He zips it across the middle to Ingram out of the backfield. He's going to get 11 yards for that 1st down before Grant Delpit tackles him. Look at that, nice just across the middle, easy pass. There's no pass rush. Browns have not blitzed a lot today, and they cannot get pressure with 4. And Lamar's making him pay when he is throwing the ball. There's a little bit of a draw there off the left side. Ingram, and he's going to get 8 yards up to the 24-yard line before he was taken down again by Anderson Dejo. Mark Ingram just pounding away at the Browns. And now the clock continuing to tick. Baltimore intentionally snapping it late in the play clock, down under 10 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Duvernay in motion, back to pass, play action. Lamar Jackson, he zips it again to Duvernay, and he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by the Browns. Picked up by the Browns here, 5 seconds left. Ogunjobi's going to pick it up, no review. Duvernay caught it, fumbled the football, and the Browns are back in business here at their 18-yard line. They give the ball to Chubb, and he runs into Brandon Williams yet again. Put that highlight on repeat. It has happened early and often in this game. So there's our scoring summary by quarter. We're heading into the 4th. You can see the Browns have only run 30 plays there. 2nd and 9. Baker out of an empty backfield, 5 wide. Zips it across the middle, and it's caught actually on the outside. Looked like he was going across the middle, but it was actually Hooper on the outside. Nice pitch and catch there for Austin Hooper. Just his 2nd catch as a Cleveland Brown. He's got 2 now for 19. Nice big out. Or maybe a flag. I couldn't tell if he had angled to that corner, if it was a square out from that angle, but he found him. Good pitch and catch there by Mayfield. Needs to do more of that moving forward. Out of the shotgun again, 3 wide receivers. Hooper off right tackle. Plenty of time. Flows far left, and it's picked off again. Picked off again by Marcus Peters. Are you kidding me? Picked off again as he was going for OBJ. That is, that hurts. That hurts. Good run stuff there by Ogunjobi. He should have had that a little bit earlier. But Ingram is stopped there. As the clock continues to tick now, under 14 minutes to go in the game. This Browns defense has to be exhausted. They've been on the field for, look at that, 436 to 134 in total offense. 2 tight ends left. They're going to go play action. He's rolling. He zips back across the middle. Wow, what a hit by Jacob Phillips. And how did Snead hold on to that football? He got drilled across the middle, Willie Snead. But what a catch. And 3rd and 1 upcoming. Wow, that was a hit there by Jacob Phillips. No flag on that play, though. So 3rd and 1. Jackson back in the shotgun. Browns could really use a stop, if nothing else, for their psyche. They hand it, no. Jackson keeps it, and he's outside left all by himself. Big game by Lamar Jackson before Sione Takitaki and company take him down. Lamar Jackson is running with authority, kind of delayed, and then bang, he was just gone. Look at 4 Browns trying to tackle him there, with Taki doing the honors finally. Look at that play clock running down. Jackson playing like a mature veteran at this point. Hands it up right up the middle, and Ingram again bowls forward. He's up to 159 yards rushing as the Ravens now have over 300 yards rushing as a team, just right through the middle before Carl Joseph gets him 10 yards downfield. Look at that, holding the ball with 2 arms. No fumbles here. Jackson in the shotgun now. He's got all kinds of time, and then finally Ogunjobi broke through right as Jackson delivered the ball, but Ingram was there as his check down right in the middle, and they're down to the 2-yard line. Look at that, Ogunjobi was right on him, but nobody in the picture with Ingram, and he gets down to the 2 with his 4th catch of the game. The Ravens just imposing their will at this point from the 2-yard line. Ingram down to the 1. He's going to get tackled. His 25th carry, 160 yards now. Carl Joseph saves the touchdown, but honestly, it just feels like we're delaying the inevitable at this point as the Ravens are driving again. Down to the 1. We got 2 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. Ingram again off right tackle. Breaks a tackle of Phillips, and he's in for the touchdown. Mark Ingram is 2nd of the day. 2 touchdowns, 161 yards rushing for Mark Ingram. 26 carries, folks, and he is getting after it. Almost taken down by Phillips there at the line of scrimmage, but he keeps his balance and he's in for the touchdown, and it's 33-7 as the Ravens are starting to run away with this one. And this is disheartening to say the least, not just because of the score, but just because of the way you expected this team to look. And you have to wonder if the digital off-season that the NFL had this year, how much of that affected the fact that Stefanski and Baker didn't get to start meeting together until later than they normally would, especially with the rules for first-year head coaching staffs. To be able to meet earlier, they didn't get any of that time in person. It was all digital. And you wonder if those kinds of things make a difference here as the offense just looks lost. Now, credit the Ravens defense. They're playing well, but this offense is not playing particularly well right now. Natson's going to just go ahead and take a knee on this one. 10:21 remaining in the game. Browns down 33-7. Baker Mayfield trots out onto the field. There's a look at Donovan Peoples-Jones. Draft pick from the Browns this offseason. Haven't called his name yet. Haven't called a lot of names on offense because the Browns haven't done much on offense. Baker out of the shotgun this time. He's got some time. He's got lots of time. He's going to heave it deep, way downfield for OBJ, and it's almost picked off again by Marcus Peters. That was the first time we've really seen Baker unload one. But double coverage again, and he just lets that thing go. And it's got so much air under it that Peters over. Actually, Thomas was not double covering. He just got there kind of at the same time as the ball. But Marcus Peters almost picks that thing off. He definitely had the best chance to catch that over Beckham for sure. There's Kareem Hunt out of the backfield now, and it looks like he got taken down with the face mask there, and it is Jake Ryan with the face mask there, ripping him down. So we'll take that extra 15 yards. The Browns will do anything they can to move the football right now, so they'll take that one. You can see Ryan, my bad, guys, my bad. He's been a good leader in the middle of that defense so far.
Check, 47. I got you, punk.
Baker out of the shotgun now, 10 minutes remaining in this game. Can he do something? Zips it across, and it is caught. Taywan Taylor on the little comeback route, 10 yards. He needed 10. It looks like he got 9.5. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Taywan Taylor coming over to the Browns last year, and he's got his first catch of the season there. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Baker back in the shotgun. Clock ticks under 9:30 to go. Back to pass. He's got time again. He zips it to no one in particular. That was way behind his running back out of the backfield or way in front of his receiver on the drag. whatever you want to call it. It was not a good pass, and he didn't have to get rid of it. I don't know. He didn't need to get rid of it. He had plenty of time. So 3rd and inches, they're going to go 3 wide, 4 wide, spread them out, Hunt out of the backfield. Time, zips it across, and he airmails it in the direction of Jarvis Landry. And that wasn't close, and Baker he's not right now, folks. That's 2 very bad incompletions in a row. Not pressured on either one. Honestly, had time, and you got 2nd and inches. They're going to go for it here on 4th and inches. Why not? They got that trips right formation. Here's Baker under center. They're going to pitch it to the right with Chubb, and he's going to get tackled for a loss of 2, and that about sums up this game perfectly. Marlon Humphrey and others were over there. Chuck Clark up from his safety spot, and that's just about the perfect summary for this game. As Nick Chubb's 13th carry for 20 yards actually goes backwards on a 4th and inches. And the Ravens offense is back out with 9:15 to take this thing home for sure. And there's Ingram again. 2-yard gain. Ogunjobi came over for the tackle. He's had a pretty nice game from the center of that defensive line, Larry Ogunjobi. Looking for a big season out of him. Certainly are the Browns. Got Joseph coming up to crowd the line there. Is there in all accounts to stop the run? Olivier Vernon, first time we've called his name all day there on the side, but Ingram still gets 4 yards. It's going to pick up a 3rd and 4 again as the clock just continues to tick, 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 tick. That offensive line of Baltimore has been playing very, very well. Ronnie Stanley, Orlando Brown, the tackles, just really. When they had 1 sack when he was going up the middle. Airmailed one there, way over the head of Hollywood Brown on the outside. There's a good look at Fluker. We talked about him in the middle playing guard, along with Bradley Bozeman, and then of course Matt Skura in the middle. So. They've played very, very well, and now they're going to force the second Sam Cook punt of the day, or the Browns' defense, mercifully, so it seems. And he boots it out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Kind of a shank, actually, there for Cook. So we'll take it. And at this point, you're not working for this week. You're not trying to win this game anymore as much as you are trying to put some good things on tape and get some positive momentum going into the week of practice, short week of practice before you have the Bengals on Thursday night. Baker, they're going to go delayed draw to Hunt. Nice little play there. Makes a man miss. Whew, look at Jake Ryan all over the ground as he just made him miss. Juked him out of his jockstrap, so it were. And Hunt with the first down. So he's had a pretty decent game out of the backfield. Kareem Hunt. Bang! Whoop, look at that. What a nice little play as Jake Ryan looked silly diving at air in that particular play. Mayfield out of the shotgun again. 7 minutes to go in the game. He's got plenty of time. He spins. He fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. Looked like it was in the direction of Rashard Higgins, and you can see Baker visibly upset with himself. Wasn't even under pressure, really, again, just kind of airmailed the ball to no one in particular. So that's 3 kind of pretty bad incompletions in a row here for the Browns. Now 2nd and 10. Baker back to pass. He's got time. Zips it over the middle. Nice little catch there. Odell Beckham into that tight little window as he was running a quick slant. Odell's 3rd catch of the game. Nice little 8-yard pitch and catch into a really tight window. Baker zipped that one in there, and it was super accurate. Beckham with the catch. 3rd and 2 now. Baker out of the shotgun again. Got time. Zips it to the far left side, and Beckham catches it again for a first down on that comeback route on the outside. Nice pitch and catch. Beckham 4 catches now, 43 yards. As Mayfield had time, he zipped it out there, and he got it to Beckham. He kind of wished maybe Beckham would have tried to stay in bounds, do a little spin. Well, I guess his momentum was taking him out of bounds. Couldn't spin and get around Humphrey on that side. Baker back to pass now, zips it to the right. What a catch by Hooper over the top of Jake Ryan. Holy moly. That's the nicest 2-yard catch I have ever seen. What a play as he goes and reaches over the top of Jake Ryan for that catch. Again, sadly, it's only for 2 yards, brings up a 2nd and 8, but what a nice catch there for Austin Hooper. Under center Mayfield, delayed handoff to Nick Chubb, who just gets eaten up again. Derek Wolfe, I'm actually going to call Wolfe for the face mask. Lucky there. They'll get the 15 extra yards, but Chubb was stopped again at the line of scrimmage, trying to follow on that right side of Conklin, the big offseason free agent right tackle, and Wyatt Teller, that right guard over there. So 5 minutes to go, clock continuing to tick, but the Browns actually having their best drive of the game, of course aided by a penalty just then, but they're driving in, about to get into the red zone here. And he's going to go down for a sack. Burnell McPhee pushes that rookie left tackle, Jedrick Wills. We hadn't talked about Wills all game, which was a good thing, but just look at him get pushed, and they both run in to Baker. And Baker might have been able to get out of that one, but the pocket was starting to collapse. So Jedrick Wills, welcome to the league. We're talking about you. And it's for a sack, unfortunately. But it was all the way into the 4th quarter. Across the middle to Higgins there. And they're going to get that ball back to about the 22-yard line. 3rd and 8 coming up. Higgins with his 2nd catch of the football game. Tavon Young comes in to make the tackle. So 3rd and 8, clock continuing to run. Under 3:45 now. Zips it across the middle. Not a first down. Nice play there. Jarvis juked in, came away from the first down, and that actually is going to cost him because he got tackled. It's going to be 4th and 1. Will the Browns go for it again, or will they kick a field goal? They're letting the clock run down. They're going to bring Seibert in because 3 points is more respectable here, I suppose. And Seibert drills the field goal from 31 yards, making it 33-10 with 3 minutes to go. This game just needs to end, and the Browns need to get back to Cleveland to lick their wounds on a short week before Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals come in to First Energy Stadium. But so far to say that this has been a disappointment might be an understatement. I was really looking forward to seeing how this offense would hum, and the free agent additions that they had made on defense with these short kind of prove-it deals, hoping to make these players hungry, and so far they've just been embarrassed by the Baltimore offense on that side of the ball. Can see, though, thanks to Madden having some retro jerseys available, that the pretty darn close to the new jerseys are available. If you go to the 2010 jerseys, they're going to onside kick, and it goes right to a Ravens player. Oh, that's funny. I'm literally laughing out loud at that. Hollywood Brown picked it up, but they decided to go for an onside kick down 23 with 3 minutes. Why not? So interesting call there, but Seibert did not get a good ball on the onside kick. So 3 minutes left. Time to park the car, land the plane, whatever metaphor you like here. Lamar Jackson under center, and the Ravens are going to run away with this football game, figuratively and literally. And there it is again. Mark Ingram, a perfect example, as he's up the middle for 12 yards. And another first down as the Baltimore Ravens go over 500 yards of total offense. Nice hit there by Carl Joseph, but dude, bro, don't flex, man. You're down 23. Tight formation, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Jackson out of the shotgun, clock going all the way down to 2 seconds before he hikes it. He gives it to Ingram again, makes one man miss on the inside. That was Mack Wilson, who got juked a little bit, just missing the ankles before Sendejo and company come to tackle him. Watch Wilson right here. Yep. Actually misses. It looks like he tried to lower his shoulder instead of wrap up, and he missed the mark there. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here, folks. Baltimore 33, Cleveland 10. Again, 2 minutes to go in this game. Sorry that you have to keep seeing that guy's face. They won't let you create a custom coach for an exhibition game, and if you watched my preview video, you'll see why I couldn't do this as a franchise. So Jackson under center, goal line set. He's got tight ends everywhere. Hands off. He's got tons of time. Now he's just going to run it himself to the right side. Phillips and Goodson are going to take him down. You can see now Jackson up to 130 yards, and he is just rolling over there. Watch him carrying the ball here with both hands. He's definitely in a no fumbles situation. Phillips and Goodson are just happy to get hands on him. They're not going for the football at this point. We're down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. They could just kneel. Jackson back to pass. Instead, he zips it out to a wide open Andrews on the side. Mark Andrews off to the right side before Sendejo takes him down. Clock continues to run. Why is Baltimore throwing up 23 with a minute left? 57 seconds and counting. Just take a knee. But Harbaugh's in the shotgun. This is a statement, folks. This is a statement. Jackson, he's back to pass again. He's over to the right, this time too far out for Andrews. He's throwing again. Harbaugh is throwing again. Up 23 with 30 seconds left in the game. I hope the Browns remember this. And I hope they play with a little bit more pissed offness, some vigor in their step when Baltimore comes to Cleveland later in this season. Jackson under center now. 28 seconds. He's going to hand it off to Ingram, who's going to run it in for a touchdown. Insult added to injury from 7 yards. Mark Ingram to cap off what has been an awesome day for him. I remember Mark Ingram coming over last year after starting his career in New Orleans, and he was a great player for them until he got hurt late in the season and into the playoffs, and he has started off 2020 like gangbusters. Tucker kicks it in 40-10. 25 seconds remaining. Ugh, can't we just go home, people? This is crazy. So, interesting move there by John Harbaugh. He kept throwing. He drove the ball all the way down. And they scored a touchdown with 30 seconds left. So, the old adage, you should try to stop us. A little gamesmanship or bad attitude, whatever your thoughts are in that situation, Baltimore did it. And obviously, as a Browns fan, I hate them for making that decision. And I'm feeling incredibly powerless to not be able to log into this game and try to help the Browns be better. So Tucker's going to kick it off one more time with 25 seconds. JoJo Natson's going to get his hands on the ball at least one more time, and he's going to take a knee about 6 yards deep. And so Baker's going to come out. He's got 25 seconds left. Honestly, they should just kneel so that nobody gets hurt. None of those situations happen. And that they can get out of this thing, go lick their wounds, and get ready for Cincinnati and Joe Burrow on Thursday night. Baker out of the shotgun. 25 seconds. Roll spins to the left, zips it across the middle. Great catch and run there. Austin Hooper, nice play, and the Browns call a timeout. Baker had plenty of time, delivered a nice accurate pass to Hooper across the middle for a nice catch there for the new free agent acquisition, Austin Hooper. And that helps the Browns get over 200 yards of total offense for the game. Yes, 200. The Ravens are well over 500 already for this game. Baker in the shotgun again. There's 18 seconds on the clock. He fires it over the middle, and it's dropped by Hooper. Couldn't tell if Jimmy Smith had his hand in there or not, but it was dropped by Hooper or knocked away there by Smith on that dig route across the middle from Austin Hooper. 15 seconds now. Baker back into the shotgun again. Trying to get something figured out. Fires it over the middle, and this time it's left, not over the middle. Apologize. Beckham is going to get it on that long dig route right after that cut. Catches the ball, and the Browns do call their second timeout with 10 seconds left. They've made it down to the 30. Touchdown here makes you feel a little better, I suppose. Again, similarly, why couldn't they have kneeled? Maybe they're trying to get back at Baltimore. Who knows? Baker out of the shotgun from the 30. Uh-oh, he's rolling it up. They're going to go a little screen to the right, and just tripped up Jake Ryan. What a great tackle. He's had a great game on defense as he trips up Hunt on that little screen pass. And the Browns call their last timeout. 5 seconds left for one more play. It's going to be a 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line. Baker out of the shotgun. Last play of the game. Unless something happens, they're going to give it to Hunt up the middle, and Calais Campbell ends his life with a swim move takedown, shake him around and put him on the ground. Calais Campbell. So that's going to do it. 40-10 is our final. Mark Ingram, absolutely player of the game. 31 carries, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns for him today. He was very good, including that 59-yard touchdown run. There's your scoring summary for the day. Just all Ravens all day. And the Browns really struggled on offense, struggled most of the game on defense. Again, as you saw, Mark Ingram with having his way. They rushed for 349 yards. Both teams with 2 turnovers. They didn't really have to pass that much, but this game was definitely one on the ground. We talked about our keys to the game. At the beginning was the run game, and Baltimore definitely won the run game today. So, stick around for the stats. We'll go through individually what each of the players did and the stats, and then we will be back for next week when Cincinnati comes to Cleveland for the home opener, Thursday Night Football. So we'll be back and see you then. Check out the stat video right after this. All right, and here are the stats from this game. We're going to start with Lamar Jackson passing. He was 18 of 23 for 188 yards. That's a 78% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, one to Snead and one to Hollywood Brown, both in the second quarter, and he did have that interception. Next up, Baker Mayfield. Look at that QB rating of 47.8. He was 16 of 27 for $176 and 2 interceptions. On the ground, Mark Ingram, 31 carries, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns, including 7 broken tackles for a 6.3 average. Lamar Jackson, 11 for $130. He did have the fumble early in the game, but it was picked up by Mark Ingram. And then fullback Patrick Ricard, 3 carries, 22 yards. For the Browns, Nick Chubb, 14 for 20. That is not going to get it done. Kareem Hunt, 6 for 32. Jarvis Landry, 2 jet sweeps for 9 yards. Beckham had that kind of backwards pass for 14. And Mayfield had that scamper for 8 yards. Receiving, there you can see them. Mark Andrews had 6 catches for 62. Snead and Brown were the touchdown catchers. And there's the rookie Duvernay with his first 2 catches as a professional. For the Browns, Odell Beckham, 5 catches for 59 yards. Austin Hooper, 4 for 50 in his first game as a Brown. 2 catches for Hunt, Higgins, Landry, and then Taywan Taylor had 1. On defense, leading tackler, we'll just sort by tackles for opposing teams. Jake Ryan was all over the place today with 13. Pernell McPhee with 6. 5 for Calais Campbell. McPhee and Campbell both had sacks, and you can see there Marcus Peters with an interception. For the Browns on defense, Andrew Sendejo had to play catch up a lot. So did Carl Joseph, both of them with 11 tackles. Phillips, in his first game as a Brown, 10 tackles for him. 9 for Ward, 8 for Delpit. And there's Ogunjobi with his sack. So Ogunjobi had the 1 sack. We'll do Browns, tackles, sacks, and interceptions. And there's Greedy Williams with his 1 interception, which feels like an eternity to go early in the game. So that's all the stats. There's JoJo Natson, 204 yards of kickoff return, including 98 yards for the touchdown. And that is going to do it for our stat video. So thanks so much for watching Nagy on Sports' full game Madden simulation. And we'll be back next week when the Browns host the Cincinnati Bengals. Until then, go Browns!